Today we're working on how you write a school magazine report for the class 12 students of English. Okay, this carries 5 marks for your board exam. It usually comes as an alternative with writing a newspaper report. It's very important that you keep in mind the format of report writing whenever you're writing a report. Please make sure you're checking which report you're writing because the school magazine report and the newspaper report follow two different formats. So, to write a school magazine report, you will start with the title on top, centered on the page, first letter of each of the words in capitals. Okay, just the way you write your notice title, same way you will write your report. Leave one line. Now your notice has only one para, your report generally has two. Your para 1 is your brief introduction as to the important details of that particular event. What was the event? Why was it being held? What was the occasion? When? Okay, the date, the place, the hall, the grounds. Okay, who was invited? Who was the chief guest? The dignitaries. All that comes in the first paragraph. Then you leave a line and you go into the second paragraph where you give details about the event. Who spoke? What was the message? If there was a competition, how were the rounds conducted? Okay, anything like that comes in the second paragraph. All the mostly unimportant details come into the second paragraph. Okay, then you will leave a line, then you write your name and designation just like you do for the notice. Then you leave a line and you will write the date. This is how you write a school magazine report. Okay, so we look at the first sample of a school magazine report. In the green box you see the question: you are Pratham or Preeti Singh, the environment captain of your school. Recently, your school held a seminar on conservation of water as part of World Water Day celebrations. Write a report on the seminar for publication in your annual school magazine. Okay, so you will start with your title on the first line, centered first letter of each word in capitals. So seminar on conservation of water. The small words, you can ignore the caps. Okay. Now you have to decide what you're putting in the first para and what you're putting in the second para. The first para takes all the very important details like what, okay, why the event was organized, when was it organized, where, who, okay. So our school organized a seminar on water conservation as part of the World Water Day celebrations on 22 March 2021. See how the date has been written. There is no ND after 22, okay, in the school hall. The seminar was graced by the principal, Mrs. Anita Fernandez, and the chief guest, Dr. Yash Mehra, an eminent environmentalist. The event commenced with the lighting of the lamp and a prayer dance by the students. Okay, so the basic introductory, the ground details, the important details have been mentioned in the first paragraph. Then you leave a line and you talk about the event. The main aim of the seminar was to remind us all about the need to save water as it is a precious resource imperative for our survival. Distinguished environmentalists and eminent personalities reiterated the need not only of conserving water, but also spoke at length on how to conserve water using practical approaches. In his keynote address, Dr. Mehra suggested rainwater harvesting as one of the best ways to conserve water. The seminar concluded with a vote of thanks, which was delivered by the principal. Students took home the message that each one must do their bit towards improving water management to enhance optimum use of water. Okay, so the unimportant details as to what the chief guest said, the vote of thanks, okay, the student sentiments, all that comes into the second paragraph. You leave a line, the name and the designation, Pratham Singh, environment captain. Successive lines, don't leave lines in between the name and designation. You leave a line and you write the date. Again, the date, there is no ND or RD or ST after the number. Okay, now you have to tally what you have written in the report with the date you write down. Okay, if your event happened on 22nd March, your date has to be, you can keep it the same date or maybe 1 or 2 days later, 23rd March, because the report cannot come 6 months after you've had the event. Neither can it come the day before you've had the event. Okay, so don't get confused. Notice the date is before the event. Report, the date is immediately after. Okay, look at this second example. In the red box, you can see the question. The Economics Association of your school organized an all-Goa workshop for class 12 students on the topic, Rising Prices Create a Crisis. Write a report on the same for publication in your school magazine. You are Shubh or Snehal Desai, the secretary of the association. You will start with your title in the center, the first letter of each word in caps. All Goa workshop on rising prices create a crisis. In the first para, you will leave a line, write your first para, the important details. Who, organized, what was organized, when, where. Okay, so the Economics Association of our school organized an all Goa workshop for class 12 students on 22 March 2021 in the school hall. The topic was Rising Prices Create a Crisis. The workshop was inaugurated by the principal, Mr. A. Suarish, and senior teacher, Mrs. L. Kumari. All the important details are done. You can proceed to the second paragraph, okay, about the workshop. The workshop, which was graced by eminent personalities from the field of economics and commerce, was an eye-opener as to how the ever-rising prices are most likely to cause a crisis to which there may be no solution. Dr. T. Joseph, the keynote speaker, emphasized that the need of the hour of our government is to check and control rising prices which have strained the pocket as well as the well-being of the common man. The students got an insight into how inflation is hampering the economic growth of the country. Following the vote of thanks by Mrs. Kumari, the principal assured the students that he would do his best to organize such workshops regularly. The workshop concluded with the distribution of certificates to all the participants. Okay, so all the details have been clumped into the second paragraph. The important details, the who's who, where, when, what, went into the first paragraph. You leave a line, you will write the name of the writer and the designation Shubh Desai. In the question, it's given the secretary of the association, so you will have to write Economics Association Secretary. Leave a line, date, colon, the date, 23 March 2021. Again, check that it tallies with your date that you mentioned in the report. Hope this video has made it clear as to how you have to write a school magazine report. The next video will be looking at how you write a newspaper report. Thank you.